So welcome back to our tutorial. Now we are at index.php, or you can call it news or whatever you want. So first let's include our connect.php. Let's end this. So what we need to do now is to set away how news will be posted if you'll only select one news to show up. So we should make an if statement for if id is get id, sorry. Close this, and this will be a pretty big, this will be a pretty big if statement. So let me explain what it does. It gets your ID from the news, so you can select one news and then it'll open it in index.php, but it'll only show up the news that you're selecting. We'll need that for comments. If you don't want to have comments on your news or rates, and then you don't need that. So let's create a query now. Let's set a variable for it. Let's say news equals MySQL query, or let's say ID news MySQL query. It'll select, it won't elect, it'll select everything from our news table, where ID will be set as our ID, and let's order it by our ID. So that's it. And now we need an if state. No, not if. While statement. While ID. No, not ID. Let's call this row equals our MySQL fetch associates for our ID news. Okay, and of course we need start and end of the while function. In this while function we'll echo out our news. Yeah, I checked it and I saw that I forgot to add this, so it'll order by this. I forgot how to say, whatever. So let's echo out first. Let's echo out our title. So we echo out our title, and so it'll look a bit better. Let's add a break here, so it won't be title and news on the same line. So we can now echo out our news. Okay, so it actually shows up now. And after this, don't forget, after this we need to add another query. It'll be pretty much the same, so we can just copy it. Oh, well, MySQL query, and we'll set it as news. Oh, news. But don't forget to delete this. We don't need the where function. We don't want it. So now another while, and this will be row 2, and it will be row 2 MySQL fetch associates from our news array. And now we're gonna echo all the news out. So we can copy this. Okay. So what this file for now basically does is this part shows up all the news on index.php or news.php, and this shows up only the news that you selected. You can create, okay, because you set an ID here. So if you'll go to, let's say, index.php ID set as 2, and you'll click enter, it'll just show you the news that is marked by ID 2. Okay, I'll end this part here. So we'll start the next part with creating table for our comments, and in the meantime I'll check if this works. See ya. Just a second, I found a few errors here. We need an else. Oh, else statement here. So this basically means that if you're not selecting any specific news from ID, it'll just show up every news here. And there was the second error here. We need row 2 here, as the row 2 is set for the news. Okay, so again, see you in the next part. Bye.